You've had to come up with some good game plans over the years to beat some great fighters, Lomachenko, Taylor, among them. How difficult is this man, Shakur Stevenson, to prepare for?
Well, I see their weakness. That's what I do. You know, we broke the code with with Loma that nobody had ever done. You know, we didn't let him get comfortable in there. You saw that, you know, within like 8 rounds, he didn't know what to do. I did the same thing with Josh Taylor, and we're gonna do the same thing with Shakur.
I just want to fight. Like, I'm the guy that wants to make the best fights happen. I want to showcase my talent. I want to show the world how good I am. The only way to show the world how good you is put these guys in front of you and win. Win. Show them that these guys can't beat you. And truthfully, like, it gets old and it gets annoying and just over and over the same thing.
Teofimo Lopez Sr. just called out Shakur Stevenson at their latest press conference, claiming he spotted some serious flaws in Stevenson's fighting style that they plan to exploit.
Okay, I don't think y'all did either.
Oh, so you gotta show it, baby.
I don't think y'all did either. I ain't see.
Not on my son.
I ain't see Lomachenko throw no punches.
You've never been on a big stage like this.
I didn't see Lomachenko throw punches for 6 rounds.
You've never been on a big stage like this.
I didn't see Lomachenko throw punches.
Because we
for 6
froze him.
rounds. Okay, you gonna see?
We gonna freeze you too.
You better not throw the towel in.
Come on, man. You out of your mind.
Okay.
My son fought without no air. My son fought without no air against Gambosas.
You can't fight for your son. You can't fight for your son.
You gonna tell me, man? Come on.
You can't fight for your son.
Stevenson wasn't having any of that. He clapped back hard, telling everyone he's also found holes in Lopez Jr.'s approach and made one thing crystal clear: he's nothing like the other guys Lopez has steamrolled in the past.
You said a couple of times now you see some holes in Teofimo's game. I know you don't want to give away your game plan at the kickoff press conference, but where are the weaknesses? Where are some of the weaknesses in his game?
A lot of the weaknesses is in his mental. I think it's more mental than anything. And I'm going to expose it.
You said in your last fight that you proved you were a dog against William Zepeda. What do you want to prove in this one?
That I'm the best. I want to show the world that I'm the best. After this fight, I want to be considered top 5 pound-for-pound fighter in the sport, and I can't wait to show it.
Lopez Sr. keeps backing his son with this unshakable belief that when Teofimo is locked in and completely healthy, there's literally nobody at 140 pounds who can touch him. In his mind, his son sits at the very top of this weight class right now.
And hey, Junior looks really, really good, really, really focused. How's the general energy mood been in this camp?
Listen, mentally, with my son, everything is mental. You know what I'm saying? So if he feels 100% healthy, he doesn't even have to feel like 100%. But I see him stronger. I see him mentally more focused. With the 140 weight division, he's gonna do great things. And just expect something great come August 13th. He's gonna look awesome. I know that already. And we're just gonna put a boxing clinic in there so everybody could see the best Teofimo Lopez, and you're gonna see him on August 13th. I can't wait, man. I'm excited for this fight, and it's just getting us closer to getting those belts that we want so much at 140.
Lopez Sr. criticized.
When Lopez Sr. started breaking down how Stevenson looked against Williams, pointing out spots where he got caught slipping, Shakur came right back at him. He promised everyone watching that come fight night against Lopez, they're going to see a completely different version of himself.
Do you think they're trying to get you out of your game in that way?
I will be 100 times better come fight night against Teofimo Lopez than I was against Zepeda. 1,000 times better. Faster, sharper, stronger, mentally more on point.
Lopez Sr. is taking complete control of his son's training camp, handling every single detail to make sure Lopez Jr. walks into that ring in the best shape of his life. What makes this whole thing so compelling is how these two fighters couldn't be more opposite in their approaches, and they're not shy about pointing that out to each other.
Is this a high-speed chess match a la Sugar Ray Leonard or Pernell Whitaker, Leonard and Benitez, or Pernell Whitaker, Buddy McGirt, or is it a Jerry versus Jerry fight, right? Because no one wants to take the lead, or is it something else? Malik, I'll start with you.
I think it's a very special fight. It's the type of matchups we always are acting for. When it comes to explosiveness, I would have to go with Tia. When it comes to actual rapid speed, I would have to go with Teo. But when it comes to body punching, when it comes to good timing, when it comes to craft, I would have to give all of that to Shakur Stevenson.
What do you think, Doug?
They're both boxers. I look at Stevenson as a versatile technician. I look at Teofimo. He's a boxer puncher, but his specialty is his counter punching. Listen, if Stevenson wants to be on his stick and move game, very difficult style matchup for Teofimo, and maybe not that entertaining to the fans.
Because Stevenson's longer.
Exactly.
Stevenson's defense probably the best in the game, and he's longer.
Great reflexes and timing, and so does Teo. That's why he's a great counter puncher. But Teo's, he's a very special athlete, and as a competitor, he is one of those guys who saves his A game for a fellow elite opponent. That's when he really rises his game and shows us the Teofimo Lopez that everybody thought he was when he was a prospect. People used to look at him and say, oh, this guy is going to be the star in boxing. It didn't really play out that way.
Shakur Stevenson has built his reputation as one of boxing's sharpest defensive minds. Everything he does revolves around perfect movement, split-second timing, and reading his opponents like a book. Teofimo Lopez brings something totally different: raw knockout power, textbook fundamentals, and relentless forward pressure. Lopez told everyone in his Cigar Talk interview that sure, Stevenson has skills and technique, but when the lights get bright and the punches start flying heavy, he thinks Shakur gets gun-shy about taking real damage.
Brag about it. You know, Shakur is a very talented, skillful, technique fighter.
Yeah.
You know, can't take anything away from it. However, scared to get hit. Scared to get knocked out in front of the world. Scared to get touched up in front of the world.
Are you saying that off of the last fight or just
in general?
In general.
In general.
Yeah.
In general. Me and Shakur sparred before. We did 3 rounds, and it was just light work and me trying to figure out his jab. Does he have a good jab? Yeah, he does. But once you pass his jab, it's game.
Yeah.
It's food. It's lunch food.
Because he said, he when I had him on, he was like, yo, like, he said, y'all grew up, you know, in the amateur scene and both of y'all was killing. And he was like, yo, y'all cool, but, you know, one day I want that fight.
Yeah, you see me? You see? Yeah. So it's like, you want that fight. By all means, everybody wants to fight me. That's cool. But it's like, what happens when it's on paper? It's always different when it's actually on paper.
Like when the contract.
When the contract comes through, it's different, bro. You feel the pressure. You feel pressure.
According to Teo, they've been chomping at the bit to get Stevenson in the ring for months. But all the contract negotiations and legal paperwork kept dragging things out before they could make it official. Here's something interesting, though. Teofimo made sure there's absolutely no rematch clause written into this contract, basically saying he's so confident about winning that planning for a second fight is pointless.
Yo, what's up, Teofimo? Doing great, man. In the face-off, what did you see in his eyes when you looked at him? All that talk, but what did you see in the eyes? The eyes don't lie.
Yeah, you know, he knows he's in there. He's in there with Teofimo. But we'll see more when we get to fight week.
Talk to me about this fight. Were there any concessions you have to make, any stipulations that are of interest? Is there a rematch clause in this?
No rematch clause. We risk it all the time. No need for a rematch clause.
Talk to us a little bit about what this fight means to you and your legacy.
Oh my goodness, man, this thing means everything to me. This is just another fighter, another column into my own pedigree, to my own style. This is what it is. You know, and what better way than here, Madison Square Garden. This will be number 10 fighting here in the Mecca. This will be number 5 in the big room. So I'm very blessed. I'm very thankful. And nevertheless, man, I want more. Let's see who we get after this. We just got to keep it going, man. We're not even in our prime yet. You know I said it earlier, but we're not in our prime yet. At least I'm not.
We know this fight's been brewing for quite some time, and we know you have a reputation for fighting the best in the prime. How hard was it negotiating with Shakur Stevenson this fight?
I think everything just takes time. You know, I think it was just going back and forth on like 2 stipulations that, you know, certain people on one side were just being very hard-headed about, but we were all ready to fight. We were ready a long time ago. So, now, yeah, it wasn't that difficult other than those 2 pieces. But yeah, man, we're here now.
Theo, he was talking about the fact that one of your weaknesses might be the mental part. And it seemed like you were toying with him mentally during the press conference. Do you think you're in his head?
I'm just doing me, man. I'm just being me, that's all. You know, and I'm just having a good time while doing it. So whether I'm in his head or not, it don't matter until we go out there and...
Boxing insiders are calling this one of the most anticipated showdowns we've seen in years. The way their styles crash into each other should create pure chaos in the best possible way. Everything's on the table here: championship belts, career-defining moments, and long-term legacies. Both guys have been talking major trash and showing zero fear, which just adds more fuel to an already burning fire. Everyone from casual fans to hardcore analysts expects these two to go to war from the second that opening bell rings, and this fight could completely reshape how we look at the lightweight division moving forward. Mark your calendars for January 30th in New York City.
First, Shakur Stevenson, Teofimo Lopez. I always say it, when boxing gets it right, no other sport comes close. And this is boxing getting it right. The best fighting the best. Both fighters believe that this matchup settles the argument about who leads the new era. So what do we think of the Styles matchup, guys? This is a high-speed chess match a la Sugar Ray Leonard or Pernell Whitaker, Leonard and Benitez, or Pernell Whitaker, Buddy McGirt, or is it a Jerry versus Jerry fight, right? Because no one wants to take the lead, or is it something else? Malik, I'll start with you.
I think it's a very special fight. It's the type of matchups we always are acting for. When it comes to explosiveness, I would have to go with Tio. When it comes to actual rapid speed, I would have to go with Tio. But when it comes to body punching, when it comes to good timing, when it comes to craft, I would have to give all of that to Shakur Stevenson.
Gabriel Rosado, who knows a thing or two about world-level competition, just threw his support behind Shakur Stevenson for this massive showdown. Rosado loves everything about this matchup, recognizing that Lopez brings serious thunder and non-stop aggression, while Stevenson counters with laser precision, blazing speed, and incredible ring intelligence. Even though he respects what Lopez can do, Rosado thinks Stevenson's chess master approach and ability to make adjustments on the fly gives him what he needs to handle Lopez's attack and dictate how this fight unfolds. The way Rosado sees it, Stevenson's fight IQ and knack for finding opportunities in the middle of battle makes him the smarter bet to walk away with the victory.
I favor Shakur in this one. You know what I mean? I think Teal is a phenomenal fighter, great fighter. But Teal to me is more like he has those athletic skills that you don't teach. You know what I'm saying? It's like it comes to him.
Yeah, I think Lopez goes well.
It comes to him naturally. Yeah. But I think that's what's going to nip him in the ass against Shakur. Right. Because Shakur is fundamentally sound.
Correct.
So when a guy that has this athletic ability and does things that are not fundamentally sound fights a guy that's seasoned like a Shakur, he's going to make you pay. And that's just how I see it. I think it's a great matchup, but I just favor.
Now, Shakur is like Floyd in this way.
Yeah.
He's like Floyd in this way. Everyone's able to boxing IQ, the defense, whatever, and Shakur's a southpaw, but he makes fewer mistakes than the other guys. Really, what Floyd did, he was like a football team that never turns the ball over. If you need to throw.
Wally Moses breaks down his fighter's approach as pure boxing science mixed with constant movement. Since Stevenson was just a kid, Moses has been drilling into him those picture-perfect footwork patterns, masterful distance management, and that hit without getting hit philosophy that makes him such a nightmare puzzle for opponents to solve. Stevenson's whole game plan centers on surgical precision, superior ring awareness, and rock-solid defense rather than trying to blast people out. He uses that southpaw angle to mess with opponents' timing, fires off a sharp jab consistently, and positions himself perfectly to land clean counters. All of that reflects the disciplined boxing foundation Moses built with him from day one.
Is that a fight that you always looked at, like, stylistically, you feel like it favors Shakur?
Well, I'm going to be honest with you, stylistically, Shakur's style prevails over every style in the world so far, Shakur wasn't just an amateur boxing champion, he was a world amateur boxing champion on more than one occasion. Also, he was the AIBA Fighter of the Year, making him the best boxer in the world, an amateur boxer. So, Shakur's looking for those same things from Jay Quinn in terms of inside the professional ranking, but Shakur has been proven that he's been the #1 boxer throughout his life. He's #1 in every category that he boxed in, from a kid coming up. You know what I mean? Here in the U.S., he had eclipsed every boxer over like 1,000, almost close to 2,000 points in terms of his winning. So, it's not a thing that, people be talking about what has Shakur done. They know what Shakur done in his amateur rankings. And Shakur done everything that they never were capable of doing. So, it's only gonna be a matter of time before he proves,
Stevenson's recent jump up in weight has everyone in boxing circles talking about what it means for his future opponents. When you move up weight classes, you're suddenly dealing with bigger, stronger fighters who often pack more serious power and bring completely different fighting styles to the table. Some experts think Stevenson's move might actually make other fighters think twice before agreeing to face him, since they know he brings elite-level skills, incredible speed, and the ability to neutralize whatever strengths they try to use against him. Meanwhile, Teo is making it absolutely clear that he refuses to let Shakur Stevenson walk away with the belt he's poured his heart and soul into earning. He talks about all the sacrifices that went into getting this championship, explaining that this title represents years of grinding through pain, setbacks, and countless hours of dedication. For Teofimo, this whole fight comes down to protecting something he built through pure determination and refusing to quit. He carries himself with complete confidence and stays locked in on defending what he's accomplished in that ring. Lopez treats this moment like it's deeply personal, fueled by pride and all that effort he's invested, and he's adamant that nobody can strip away something he earned through sweat, discipline, and total commitment.
Of being in the ring, Shakur Stevenson.
Lopez gives Stevenson credit for that impressive amateur background, including his Olympic success and all those international medals that helped establish him as one of boxing's most promising young stars. But Lopez argues that past accomplishments can only carry you so far, especially when you're operating at the professional level where everything comes down to how you perform when the pressure gets turned up to maximum. Leading up to their January clash, Lopez is sending a message that Stevenson's amateur credentials won't automatically guarantee him victory or continued fan support if he can't deliver when it really counts in the pro ranks. Lopez sees himself as the ultimate test for Stevenson, suggesting that this fight will show everyone whether Stevenson can take all that early potential and turn it into real dominance when he's facing truly elite.
Hearing that you did link up today, a face-off happened between the two of you?
Yeah, face-off happened, things of that nature, just to create the things that are in motion already. So we're really adamant about fighting each other next, and I can't wait for us to really lace it up. And I see him across the ring, and really when that bell rings, lights out for him.
What's it like seeing him now kind of face to face? When you look at him, what do you see? Because obviously you're not locked in just yet, and the closer it gets to a fight, obviously things turn a little bit. But when you do look at Shakur, what do you think of him?
I think I don't think too much of it. I think that he believes in himself. That's one thing. But I'm here to destroy his dreams and all that he wants to do and become. You can't take this from me. I worked very hard for it. I've bled for this. And I'm not taking nothing from him. But I just believe that what's gonna happen next is for destiny in the boxing ring to decide.
Roy Jones Jr., who knows championship-level boxing better than almost anyone, called this fight a genuine skill versus skill masterpiece, putting it in the same conversation as potential super fights like Canelo Alvarez facing Terence Crawford. Jones emphasized that when you get matchups of this quality, they bring back both respect and genuine excitement to the sport of boxing. What analysts keep pointing out is how this brings together two fighters who are both in their prime with completely contrasting approaches. Stevenson's surgical precision, lightning speed, and technical mastery going up against Lopez's devastating power, constant aggression, and suffocating pressure. This combination creates the perfect recipe for a high-stakes, mentally demanding, and action-loaded battle that gives fans exactly the kind of drama and unpredictability they've been craving. Experts believe that fights like this do more than just entertain. They can spark renewed interest in boxing, create those unforgettable moments that people talk about for decades, and cement legacies that last forever. With both fighters operating at the absolute peak of their abilities, this matchup is building toward becoming a defining moment in today's boxing landscape.
It's like I seen his upbringing from the amateurs, his accolades, what he's done from the youth world championships and the Olympic Games and all that. The youth Olympic Games, winning gold medal, being the it kid, the gold medalist, the next Andre Ward for America. But there comes a point in time where everyone can help you get there, but you gotta finish it. And if you don't perform at that pinnacle and finish it, the ones that are helping you are going to eventually turn their back on you. So right now, despite Shakur being so gifted as he is,
I don't believe he's gonna get the amount of support that he's needing right now, coming next to his next match. You know, and that's all. That's just me expressing.
So here's the big question everyone's debating. Can Shakur Stevenson's lightning-fast reflexes and technical brilliance be enough to outmaneuver Teofimo Lopez's devastating power, or will Lopez impose his will and take over completely? Share your predictions and let everyone know what you think is going to happen when these two finally step into the ring together.
Shakur Stevenson, Teofimo Lopez.
That's a good damn fight, too. See, that fight is skill for skill, as good as this fight. But they just haven't been around long enough to prove themselves yet. But skill for skill, as far as equality, to me, Bud and Canelo are equal because of where they're in their career, because of how accomplished they are. These two guys are also equal where they're in their careers, because they're accomplished, but not as accomplished as these two. But they're still equal accomplished. You understand me? So those are two good damn fights and what boxing is.
As always, Roy, we appreciate your time. Thanks so much.
Thank you, brother.